So I guess we're doing a pre-post show at this point because Paul objects to the Neon Demon rating on Letterboxd.
I'm gonna do a dramatic reading.
Okay.
For you, TJ, of your review.
Cool.
Because I think that the fact that pretentious is in the first sentence of this, well, whatever. Let's not be on the nose.
According to this, if you haven't seen this movie, this may contain spoilers.
The Neon Demon, 2016. 2 stars. This is a pretentious movie that inspires a lot of haughty opinions from self-important people, both for and against the film. One critic's review on this site made me gag. It was so full of itself. So I will be brief and try to resist the urge to sniff my own farts. You've already done that in the first paragraph, by the way. This movie reflects its protagonist well. It's pretty, but also kind of boring. And while it seems like it's saying something about the commodification of women and their bodies, the message is not, at least to me, super clear. The main character, Jessie, goes to L.A. to be a model. Everything's going pretty well for her, despite the occasional dark and crazy thing, until a bunch of other models murder and eat her to attain her beauty. Wow, that is... what a reduction of the entire film, TJ. The great. Deep. 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 It seems like pretty blatant symbolism, but what exactly is the takeaway? The modeling industry is bad. Oh, being a vapid twit who only cares about looks is bad. The male gaze is bad. Female competitiveness is bad. I don't know. Something's bad. I think it's this movie. Wow.
Quite.
Wow,
Damn.
TJ. Wow.
Already 4 likes, too, TJ. Sycophants already pouring in.
Here's the thing, TJ.
I like it. Dude, Paul, already 4 likes. TJ literally forgot.
Of course.
He forgot. We discovered TJ thought he'd reviewed
Yes.
this, but he had not saved his review.
Well, I guess
already.
I did because it was this. It says it was published
Bullshit,
on the
dude.
22nd of May.
4 Tajika fans
Maybe you
rushed in.
You were just editing it and you never saved
Dude,
it.
4
Who
Tajika
knows?
fans rushed
Whatever.
in to like it. Yes, TJ, you're right. Oh my God, Neon Demon sucks.
Suffice it to say, I don't agree with your review, TJ.
Why don't you?
I do think that the movie is a little on the nose with its symbolism in some ways, and I do think that all of those things.
Well, I mean, it feels like it's on the nose, but at the other end of the spectrum, I don't really know what the fuck it's saying.
Well,
so
I think
guess
you're
it's
right.
not-
Your last paragraph is a lot. I think if you remove "is bad,"
yeah.
because I don't really think it's necessarily saying that the modeling industry as a whole is bad or that being a vapid twit is. I don't really think this movie has a kind of hard moral message like that.
Right.
I do think it's a commentary on the modeling industry, vapid twittery, caring about looks, maybe even the male gaze for sure, female competitiveness. All of that, those are all themes for sure, but I don't know that any one of them is like the end goal.
Well, I successfully identified themes, I guess.
Yeah.
You give my review at least that much.
I mean, at least you gave it 2 stars.
Dude,
and
I
you
will
didn't
say, TJ,
put it in the basement.
that
you
when
know?
Paul saw this, I think it was in Washington. Like,
I'm
he was bumping this soundtrack to Neon Demon.
Oh, the soundtrack for that film is worthy of the another star just on the face of it, TJ.
Yeah, I
The
got
soundtrack to that movie is like this dark ass synthwave shit. It's really good. I still bump that soundtrack. It makes me want to watch the movie.
No, you don't, Paul.
See if there's any of these other ones that I would disagree with.
All right, I'm going back. This is the first
Yeah.
one I did was The Witch.
Okay, 4 stars. I'd probably get. I don't like rating by stars, but I'm not offended by that rating, so that's fine. Outlaw Josie Wales. Yes, that's a brilliant
that's
film.
good.
I think you might have overrepresented it at 2 stars, but
That's another movie that's kind of gone up in my estimation since I saw it.
Oh,
but not
shit.
much.
Okay. Hey, well.
Well,
Not a whole
TJ,
lot.
part 2, we're all going to go in September and to see it again.
Yeah, we're definitely
Well,
going.
maybe
So-
I think it's how good the trailers for part 2 look that have made me kind of think maybe I missed something about the
Dude,
original.
I
but
mean, even if it's...
We'll see.
Even if it's good, though, I mean, Pennywise, I mean, you have to... I don't care what your estimation of if you love the movies, you cannot tell me Pennywise is nothing but laughable in those movies. I'm
Fire and
sorry.
Ice, I don't think I've seen. They Live. I think everybody on the cast has a similar level of
Fuck,
esteem
yeah.
for that film.
Yes.
I just watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a couple of nights ago, and I would give it, I think it was brilliant.
it was really good, huh?
Yeah.
I've
Maze
not
of
seen it,
Monsters.
but I definitely have to check it
Sorceress
out.
we watched.
Maze and Monsters horrible.
Big Lebowski, yes,
Agree.
5 stars. American
American
Beauty. That's a little low in my estimation on American
All right.
Beauty.
Well, let's see what you think. I mean, it's kind of a longer review.
Whatever.
I mean, can you give me the sum it up for me? Your feelings.
Blah. Let me just kind of skim it here. Most
Something
of the characters are barely more than stereotypes. The closeted gay homophobe, the control freak businesswoman, the angsty daughter, the slutty cheerleader, etc. The movie seems smart enough to play with and subvert these character tropes, but it makes little effort to do that.
Isn't that kind of part of the fucking film, though? The movie's called American Beauty.
Right.
Which is this giant, broad concept. So don't you think that the fact that it's filled with all of these American stereotypes is kind of a brilliant trope in the movie?
Yeah, but I feel like it could have done more to subvert
daughter. Them. Dude. No, there's too many of them for you to ignore that it's obviously intentional that they did that, and you don't think that.
I don't know what the intent was, but I think that If you're gonna do that kind of thing in a movie, and I feel like they did subvert some of the tropes, but on the other hand, it's kind of early enough that you could say that it kind of helped cement these tropes to begin with.
Well, some of it, yeah. It was very
in the context of the time
for later movies. But
anyway, I say here, and maybe I shouldn't hold it against the film, but the social commentary on suburbia and the American dream and consumer culture that seemed biting in 1999 is somewhat toothless in 2019.
I mean, but does that really detract from the movie?
Yeah.
For you, it does.
Absolutely.
For me, it doesn't.
Well, see,
because like
my
that's like saying
my stars are based on only one thing. It's not about the quality of the filmmaking, the quality. It's the only thing is how much did I enjoy watching it?
Okay. Oh well, I guess that's fair.
3.5 stars. That was my level of enjoyment.
I mean, I don't think you lowballed it super hard. I probably would have gave it that extra half star and made it a 4-star movie or something.
Maybe you're right, and maybe if I watched it again, I'd reassess because there's definitely.
I got to be honest with
different moods.
There's a lot of the stuff that you mentioned in that last paragraph because I kind of read it as we were going here. Mm-hmm. I think it's intentional in the movie. I think the movie is supposed to be so fucking broad that you can paint anybody into it. You know what I mean? Everybody has a little into it because it's like an American film. It's supposed to be about a slice of American life that really resonates with anybody that's lived in suburbia. You've known these people or somebody that... Okay, so Bordello of Blood.
Bordello of Blood.
I might have been a little more generous with it just because I'm a schlock horror fan.
Passion of the Christ, I gave a 1.5.
Oh, 3 stars, easy, teacher.
What do you think? Similar? You don't do stars, I guess. Sleepaway Camp, that's a classic horror movie. I only gave it 2 stars. You object to that?
No, only because it's classic,
fitting.
but it suffers compared to its peers. So.
Tourist Trap.
Never seen that one.
I've seen it.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It has a few.
The Room.
I love it.
5 stars. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a... My Friend Dahmer, I probably would have went a little lower on it. When I watched that movie... It was kind of like extra offensive to me because I watched it towards the end of my research for the Dahmer episode.
Right.
And it was like just some of the events.
I'm kind of interested to know if you agree with the criticism I made of the movie.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, it's kind of get into it. We probably won't do any more of these after this one.
Sure.
But anyway, I said of the movie, and tell me if this is your criticism too. Because a little backstory for this, people watching, I lent Paul the My Friend Dahmer graphic novel and said, you got to read this because it's really good.
Yeah.
And he read it and I read it and we had a lot of discussions about it and we had a lot of similar ideas about it. And the movie actually pretty fucking faithful to the source material but does not capture what made it good at all. I said the movie tries too hard to give everything dramatic weight, even things that don't deserve it. The dramatic weight should come from us knowing that the boy we are watching is Jeffrey Dahmer and that he's going to go on to murder 17 people and mutilate their bodies.
Right.
Instead, scenes of high school buffoonery that should come off as lighthearted in and of themselves, but gruesome in the larger context, are given an unnaturally heavy and bleak tone. The movie is unrelentingly humorless. Even when showing characters being mirthful, it uses the score and the cinematography to imply an undercurrent of darkness that lingers just below the surface. The thing is, we already know there's an undercurrent of darkness. Yeah. We see Jeffrey obsessing over dead things. We see him abusing alcohol. We see him stalking men that he's attracted to. We know historically who he will become and what he will do. So why not let the lighter moments of the film be light? Don't you think the contrast between disturbing scenes and normal scenes would be more disturbing than trying to make everything seem disturbing?
Well, that was one of the things that I really loved about the graphic novel that we both read.
It humanizes Dahmer to a degree that this movie just doesn't.
Yeah, this movie seems really intent on being a Hollywood kind of look at Dahmer that's draped in this dread that, like TJ says here in this review, and I couldn't agree more, it doesn't need to be there. And it really... My Friend Dahmer is brilliant because even in its lighter moments, it's draped in that dread because you know who Dahmer is. So you know even though he might have done something that's actually funny. or he might have done something that's really fucking lighthearted
So,
or
so
mirthful.
the movie doesn't portray him accurately.
The movie-
it
No.
betrays him as like there's always the evil undercurrent there. He's never a normal. Because I mean, isn't that scarier in a sense?
Well,
really?
he never was.
He never was normal.
That's what I'm saying.
There was
But
still.
no-
I mean, there was people he
tried.
probably went to high school with that were weirder.
Well,
than
what I'm
Dahmer
saying
was.
is that yeah, maybe he's
At least at that
maybe
point.
he's the weird kid in school, but like he's not like weird where everyone's like he's already done these horrible things or he's gonna do horrible things. Like maybe he
pretty much, they pretty much just thought of him as like a fucking loner and a spaz.
That's what I'm saying.
That they sort of adopted because they're like, oh, he's willing to do all this crazy stuff.
Betray him like that though is what I'm.
That's really what the graphic novel does that the movie doesn't. The graphic novel remembers that Jeffrey Dahmer was a kid at one point before he killed a bunch of people. He was a child. He was a fucking teenager. He had all of that same shit. There was a human being there. You know what I mean? And the movie, it's from the first frame,
Well, that's what
it's
I'm saying.
already
It's scary.
bad.
Instead of making him like this fucking devil figure, this
Yeah, like flowers might as well wilt in his presence.
Yeah.
you know, like
stuff.
just make him a normal person, and then just juxtapose that with like you said, like his obsession with dead things. Like he has a bunch of skulls. He's like looking at a skull. It's
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean
that's disturbing enough on its own. Just like I'm doing this, you know, where I'm like,
And
looking at some-
that's all in there to an extent. I don't know. It's like
There's too much of that.
They did.
That's the problem with the movie.
They didn't let the audience make the connection. It's like they tried to do the heavy lifting for you instead of letting you bring your own context into things. It always feels the need to force that context.
I would like to see it in a movie
on
like that,
every fucking
like a
scene.
rhythm. You know what I mean? A rhythm
Yeah.
of that, where it's like maybe at the end, it obviously builds to something, but not fucking just have it, just force fed to you the entire movie.
So, Scotty, I believe you disagreed with one of my things on here too. Actually, you were mad at my Star Trek First Contact review, right?
Yeah, dude, I fucking disagree with that. How did you come to 2 stars on that? I think it's at least 3 or 4 stars.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wrote a really.
It's not as
fucking
good
long
as you
one for this one.
remember. Oh, dude, that's so wrong, dude. I've seen that movie recently, TJ. You are so fucking wrong.
Wow, this is probably one of the longest reviews I have on here, actually. But yeah, I said it's not as good as you remember. Go watch a classic up of the show, then watch this movie. Are the effects better?
Yes.
Undoubtedly. Is anything else? Not just no, but fuck no. What do you think of that, Scotty?
Fuck no, TJ.
Fuck no,
Fuck
Scotty.
you, bitch.
Fuck me, huh?
So this is like the one I get mixed up. So this is the one where they go back in time.
This
so
is
the guy
the-
that invents
yes.
the
All right, so
warp
the-
engine.
The Borg attack Federation space. Picard shows up. He knows shit about the Borg because he was assimilated.
Yes.
He targets the Borg ship. He blows it up. They shoot out a little Borg sphere.
And go back in time.
Before he blows up the ship.
Uh-huh.
They create a time portal, go back to before Earth was technologically advanced, and conquer it then. And then the Enterprise, seeing the effects of it, although being shielded from them by some sci-fi rigmarole,
Yeah.
they fucking jump through the time portal, follow the Borg back in time to prevent them from what they were trying to do is stop first contact, which
Right.
is when
So they're just trying to keep us a landlocked species.
Right.
Basically,
well they want to take us over.
When
but-
we discover warp travel, then the Vulcans are going to come and be like, hey, we're your guides.
so
So
they
that
wanted
sets
they
up-
wanted to conquer us before that happened.
What was his name? Zefram
Cochrane.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is I don't know. I mean, I think I'm with Scotty on this. I probably don't love this movie as much as Scotty seems to, but I think 2 stars is lowballing it. It's one of the better fucking
It is.
movies.
It's actually the best of the Next Generation movies.
What
but I
does
just hate
God
them all.
need with a starship, TJ?
I actually have complaints about Zefram Cochrane, played by James Cromwell.
Okay, let's hear
I thought
those.
it was a pretty
Who
good
is a great
fucking-
character actor.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'll read my paragraph here. Whose talent is evident here. Once again, my problem is with the writing. Zefram Cochrane is a larger-than-life figure in Federation lore. He's revered for making the single greatest discovery in the history of mankind, warp travel, faster than light travel. The urge to subvert expectations with this character makes perfect sense to me. I didn't mind that the movie portrayed him as a drunk. I didn't mind that the movie portrayed him as a womanizer. I didn't mind that the movie portrayed him as a self-interested man who only really cared about money. What really boiled my balls is that they made him a fucking idiot. When the Enterprise crew tell him about the Borg, he says something like, "What? More bad guys?" He never demonstrates even the tiniest spark of intelligence or even cleverness in the entire runtime of the movie, yet we're supposed to believe that he made the greatest scientific discovery in human history.
Look, TJ,
What do you
appearances
think of
can
that,
be
Scotty?
appearances can be deceiving.
Appearances can be
imagine
deceiving, huh?
Imagine, TJ, people come from the future and tell you like, there's this fucking alien threat Like, what the fuck? Like, you are going to be like, what happened? What
But
going on?
never once in the movie does he display any intelligence.
He doesn't need to, TJ.
If you would ever
his achievements speak for themselves.
If you had seen Nikola Tesla in his private moments when he's racked with an anxiety,
You think he's like, yo, TJ, what's up, bro?
you might think
never
a
know.
different thing about him. You know what I mean? Sometimes people that are outwardly stupid invent crazy shit.
All right. Well, maybe
think
you're right.
about it.
Maybe you're right, Paul.
Dude, change it to fucking 4
I've
stars,
never,
TJ.
I've never met an inventor.
Go ahead and click
so
4, TJ.
I'm gonna give it 1.5 stars just because that's guy.
Click 4,
No,
TJ, right now, dude.
You better click 4.
Nope.
Click 4.
Nope. Go start your own letterbox, dude. Go start your own.
I might
the way
have
it
to
is.
fucking correct and right
like
the
that.
wrongs. that
Right
you've-
the wrongs of history.
I mean, you're on that site. Are you not bringing the rating down, TJ?
Yeah. I guess I am.
That's fucked up. Because it's the best of the fucking
It's
next
the best
generation
of the
movies.
next generation movies.
Deserves more than 2.
Yeah.
I refuse to
fuck,
record
TJ.
the show today
Good.
until you give it 4 stars. I'm on a fucking first contact strike.
First contact, right? You don't even give a shit.
I do now.
You do now.
I've decided I do.
You decided.
yeah,
Yeah.
TJ, look, people are uniting. Just like the United Federation of Planets, TJ.
Hey, look,
uniting against threats, TJ.
Yep.
And you're a fucking threat to the rating of that film.
Red flag. NRA warns Trump.
What is this?
I don't know.
They warned him?
I guess they warned him. It's the top story on the
Look,
Drudge
Trump,
Report.
you've been warned.
So I don't know what kind of conservative shit's going on.
You are warned, Trump. You are warned.
Too many background checks.
President Donald Trump has repeatedly told lawmakers and aides in private conversations that he's open to endorsing extensive background checks in the wake of 2 mass shootings, prompting a warning from the National Rifle Association and concerns among White House aides. Trump speaking to reporters Wednesday before visiting Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas, blah, 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 blah. This is this great appetite speech again.
Oh, they're hungry for
So I guess because Trump is actually considering doing some gun regulation, the NRA is like, you better fucking not, bitch.
Stop it.
Yeah, no
Better
regulations.
fucking not.
People need more guns, not less.
NRA Chief Executive Wayne LaPierre spoke with Trump on Tuesday after the president expressed support for a background check bill and told him it would not be popular among Trump's supporters, according to officials who spoke
Damn.
on the condition of anonymity.
Wow.
I think Trump is actually bigger than the NRA, so
Is it
I
the-
say he should just do it.
Isn't the support for universal background checks like 87%?
It really is.
It's like it's ridiculously high. It's not like it's really even that controversial.
Yeah, but among NRA members,
Well, yeah,
it's probably around 0. so.
Yeah, amongst them, it's probably in the, like 5 or something, some ridiculously low percentage.
I don't even know if it would reach 5.
I don't know. I mean, you'd be surprised. I think there's at least 5% of people in the NRA that probably wouldn't give a shit.
How to fight big tech? Don't. You hear about Danny Trejo saving some kid?
What?
Saved a kid, dude.
In
Yeah.
real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done lately,
Actor
Paul?
Danny Trejo of Machete fame pulls young boy from overturned car.
Damn. He's 75?
Yes.
Danny Trejo, 75, dude. And he pulled the fucking kid out of a car.
Told television station KABC-TV he was on his way to an auto mechanic in LA's Silmar neighborhood when he saw a motorist run a red light and crash into another car, which flipped over onto its roof in the intersection. The boy strapped into his car seat in the back of the car and his grandmother, who'd been driving, were both trapped in the overturned, partially crushed vehicle. Trejo and another bystander, a woman who identified herself as Monica Jackson, teamed up to free the child before emergency personnel arrived on the scene.
Damn, superhero duo, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Trejo and Jackson movie, maybe?
He was panicked, and I said, okay, we have to use our superpowers. And he screamed superpowers, and we started yelling superpowers, Trejo recounted. We got kind of like a bond, I guess.
Cool, dude.
Our superpowers?
I don't know, man.
Damn. This does sound like it needs a movie. Cast Danny Trejo as himself, get this woman, cast her as herself, and make like a fucking, superhero movie.
Dude.
An everyday
yeah.
guy
This
superhero
is how they
movie.
meet, and they just wander around L.A. and shit doing good deeds.
Yeah, it's like Kick-Ass, but with a 75-year-old Mexican dude.
Yeah,
instead
why
of
not?
a little kid.
Here you go. There's even
Now to
a
that
video, I
heroic
think.
moment for actor Dan.
Good morning. I
Blah, blah,
snap
blah, blah,
inside our
Yeah, we know.
He's known for playing menacing characters on the big screen.
Nobody knows Machete.
Machete.
But this morning, actor Danny Trejo turning into a real-life action star, helping save a young child after this dramatic car crash in Los Angeles
Damn,
Wednesday.
dude.
What we saw was a lady ran a red light, crashed into that little Explorer, flipped it over.
Trejo was nearby and instantly rushed in to help, making a beeline for the overturned vehicle.
There was a baby inside and a grandma. Because I crawled in, I couldn't get the baby out, I couldn't unbuckle the seatbelt.
But like every good hero, the Machete star soon got reinforcements.
Machete,
Another
bitch.
good Samaritan joining Trejo to help
Oh,
the actor
dude.
free the child from his
It's
car
perfect.
seat.
Oh, dude, yep.
It's perfect.
The dream team is here, dude.
The dream team, dude. It's cast them immediately, dude. Hollywood, get it on. This is perfect.
It is.
It literally couldn't have been better. Holy shit. Dude, let's write a treatment. Fuck the show. Let's write a treatment for this and be millionaires. And then we'll make a better show.
We'll get,
Awesome,
we
dude.
finish writing it, then we turn on the news. Danny Trejo dead.
Shit!
Dead at 76.
Who's gonna play Danny Trejo?
He tragically witnessed another traffic accident, crawled in, and was crushed.
Trejo and Jackson, dude.
The only thing that saved that little kid was his car seat, honest to God.
The actor
It's
then
perfect.
putting his experience starring in family-friendly fare like Dora and the Lost City of Gold to good use. Entertaining
why
and
does that
calming the
exist?
boy until
That
first
looked
responders
horrible.
were able to
Was that
free his
Maisie,
grandmother from the
whatever
car.
her name is?
Facing him away from
That
the
wasn't, was it?
accident
What?
and just talking to him.
Was
the boy
it?
and grandmother
Was it
from the-
Maisie Williams from fucking
I don't,
No, I don't think so.
playing
Was his
Dora
car
the
seat,
Explorer?
honest to God.
Am I
The
wrong?
actor then putting his
see.
experience starring in family-friendly fare like Dora and the
no.
Lost
They look
City
similar,
of
but
Gold
no.
to good use.
You sure?
Entertaining
pretty
and
sure.
calming the boy until first responders were able to free his grandmother from the car.
I kept facing him away from the accident and just talking to him.
The boy and grandmother soon reunited. 3 people taken to the hospital after the crash, but luckily none seriously hurt, thanks in no small part to Trejo, who says he was just glad to pay it forward.
Everything
Pay it
good
forward.
that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. Everything. And that,
Yeah, man. Inspirational
Get some
story
fucking
of
wisdom
courage.
from Danny
Good old
Trejo.
Danny Trejo, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
Glad
dude.
Trejo and
Go
Jackson
write
are
that
out there.
screenplay, Paul.
It's already in my head. All I got to do is give me a pen.
Just write it out. You
The
know
whole fucking story is in there.
yeah.
We got to do something. What do you mean, Danny? We can't do nothing. We ain't superheroes. Monica, we can be. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum. This summer. Yes! We're going to be billionaires, guys. I'm going to be.
Trejo. Yeah, dude. Good stuff. All right. Well, I guess that's a good show, right?
How long have we been doing this for, TJ?
73 minutes.
That's probably long enough then. 73 minutes is...
73 minutes.
That's a long. That's got to be the. Is that a record? Is that the longest pre-post show ever?
Paul, it's not 73
It's
minutes.
not really 73 minutes. Dude. Sorry.
It felt like 73 minutes.
Damn.
Paul's time perception is horrible. Like, Paul can do something like...
I was like, God damn it, anything.
Dude, Paul's
just
done
get me the
something like
fuck
in the
out of
same
here.
week, and he's like a few months back, and I'm all like, Paul, you did that last week. He's like, oh, shit.
Oh,
I
damn,
really do. When something is past, it just kind of shuffles itself into the deck of my timeline somewhere.
Yeah, 17 months ago, Paul. That
Yeah.
was a day ago. Oh, shit, man.
Whoops.
Yeah.